probably not. For this video, I want to show you guys how to make the world's easiest floating shelves that anyone can make. Okay, I don't want to say anyone because then I say that and then somebody probably can't make it and then now I'm a liar. So let's just say these are the easiest floating shelves that can be made. Let's just leave it at that. So for this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make these out of like one piece of wood or one piece of lumber. I did these last year at my parents' house when I decorated my little sister's bedroom. I've had a lot of people request a tutorial on these shelves just because they look, honestly, they just look really cute, and I made these in like 10 minutes because I needed something to put on the wall and I didn't really have much, so I just thought, let me hurry and make these. So I'm gonna show you guys how I was able to do these for very inexpensive and using very minimal tools. I'm gonna show you two different ways that you can make these. Obviously the super easy way and then the little more advanced way, and honestly I still think that anyone can make these. So I hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and let's just go ahead and get started. I have this piece of scrap wood, as you can see. I've used it for a couple or several different things. However, I'm gonna turn this one into obviously the floating shelves that you've seen before in my other video. Well, you maybe haven't, but if you have seen it, that's what we are going to be making today. So first things first, I need to remove this from the piece of wood. Also, yes, I'm wearing chanclas with socks. I flipped the board over, and this side I had actually already stained it and sealed it, so it should be good to go. And the stain that I used is Early American. However, the sides right here, I should probably go in and add some edge banding. I will see if I can do that. If not, they don't look horrible, but if you don't like this raw material, you can always use edge banding and you pretty much just iron it on. So that is also an option. From here to here is 16 inches, well, 16.5 inches long, and then the depth or the width from here to here is 11 inches. So essentially what it's going to look like is I'm gonna go in about 6 inches for each one, and then when they come in together, I guess it's a little hard to explain what my vision is. Anyway, I'm gonna go in about 6 inches, so that's gonna be the depth, and then for the back part that is going to be the height, I'm gonna go about 7 inches. So the first one will be 6, and then from 6 to here will be 7, and then from here to here will be 6, and then 7, 6, and 7, depending on how many I can come up with. So let's just go ahead and get started. Like I said, I'm gonna start in about 6 inches and then 7. Alright, so I told you guys that the width or the depth is 11 inches, but I feel like it's a little bit too wide for how I want them to look. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut them at 8 inches this way. So I'm going to make a line from here all the way down so that the current width is 8 inches. All marked up and ready to go, and let's get to cutting. I do not advise you to do what I'm about to do next, but I'm confident in myself to do it this way. However, if you don't feel comfortable, use some wood clamps. But like I said, I'm just going to be doing it this way because this board is way too long for me, so I'd rather cut it down to little pieces. Don't do this. So here are my 7 inches, or my 7 inches, and then over here I have my 6 inches. So what you're gonna do is you're just going to take the 6-inch piece, the 7-inch piece, and essentially what the shelf is going to look like is something super easy, just like this. So you can put this together multiple ways, really. I got these from Home Depot, so what you can do with these is you will just essentially put one of these underneath, just like this. Then you put the top just like that. So you can do it this way. Another way you could do it is to pretty much do this, and then you can just drill it from the back. So by that I mean you would literally just drill through here, through here. I would maybe do 4 just to strengthen it. However, I would not suggest to put anything heavy this way because I don't think that the hold will be as strong. But I mean, completely up to you. So like I said, you could just, you know, drill 4 holes or 4 screws going in this way, and that should be good enough. For the video where I made the ceramic vases, I literally just drilled 3 screws into it and called it good. Like I said, I just didn't put anything heavy over here. And then the other way that you can do it is by using pocket holes. This is a little doohickey. I mean, they have like real Bob the Builder ones. However, mine's just a super easy one that comes with this and these other little guys right here. For pocket holes though, you do need specific pocket hole screws. So I have these just in case. I also have the 2.5 inch just right here. But for today's video, I'm just gonna do the screws because that's honestly the easiest way, and I know that I'm not gonna be using these for heavy items, but if you are, definitely go the pocket hole way or the L bracket way. Be warned, I warned you. I'm gonna be using 2-inch screws, but before I can even get started, I'm gonna drill some holes onto the back part so that I know exactly where I'm going in. I personally think I'm only gonna do 3 on mine. And you don't wanna go too far up. The hole fit within this right here. And I'm not drilling it all the way because I just wanna make a little hole for the screw to kind of have something to hold on to. I thought I was going to need 3 screws in the back just for extra strength. However, this is so sturdy right now. I really cannot wiggle it out of place. Anyway, this is kind of how they should look. Like I said, if you don't like how this looks, you can always edge band it. And I will show you guys later how to do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest to the other 3. Now you have a gist of what I did. And this is the edge banding that I mentioned earlier. This one is in real wood, which I like because that means that I am able to stain this. And essentially what you do is you pretty much just put this on right here, just like this, and you iron it on with the iron. And then whatever piece is left over, you kind of just get an X-Acto knife and just cut it right off. And then once it's on there, you can go back in and stain it. Sorry for the background. I mean, I'm outside and it doesn't look too pretty, but anyway, I'm gonna measure it to about right here. Then I'm just gonna cut it with the scissors. Then I'm gonna go in with my iron and literally just iron it on. That way your piece of plywood is not going to look like plywood. It's going to look like a nice thick piece of lumber. Okay, you guys can see right here what's sticking out. Like I said, you just grab your X-Acto knife. I'll show you how easy that is. God, I don't want to cut myself. I mean, can you see how easily that just goes through? I know that, as you can see, it looks a little bit rough and bumpy. However, you can just sand that down with either just a regular piece of sandpaper or an actual sander. But anyway, once I'm done with all of these, I'm gonna go in and then stain them in the stain that I always use, which is Early American. But this is what it should be looking like. It's starting to get a little dark because we went on a walk, but anyway, I wanted to show you what it looks like now that I added the front side pieces. I didn't add anything to the top part just because it's at the top and really no one is going to see that. But the sides, obviously, I did. And I'm just gonna sand it down a tiny bit and then I'm gonna stain it. This is the stain that I always use, and it's in Early American. Guys, it's only 5 p.m. here and it's already so dark. I hate daylight savings time. In my other video, a lot of you guys asked how I put these up, but honestly, all I did was use a screw and then just put it through a part where I knew would not be seen, and that's honestly all I did. I would say don't tighten it too much to the wall so that if it's not leveled, you are able to move it around until it is. And then you could go in and make sure that it's really secure to the wall. I would do 2 just to be safe, but because I'm only gonna be putting a little plant on here that is not very heavy, I really don't care that it's just 1. But like I said, if you're gonna use somewhat heavy items, make sure you put 2. And if you're worried that the screw is gonna be visible, I mean, you're literally gonna put something in front of it, so then you can't really see it anyway. As you now have seen, these were super easy to put together. You don't have to stain them. You can leave them like bare wood, or you know, you can stain them whichever color or stain you want. You can paint them, you can do whatever you want. These are so easy, super inexpensive, and I mean, if you had a nail and a hammer and a piece of lumber, you could put this together. So with that said, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was something that kind of inspires you to create and just inspires you to be a little bit more creative. I hope that you try out this DIY. If you do, please let me see your pictures and just how yours turn out. And I appreciate you so much for watching this video. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back every single week. With all that said, I hope you have a marvelous, wonderful day and get creating, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!